Well, g'day everyone, and welcome back to the Perkins Engineering YouTube channel, episode number 47. So, getting close to 50. Would love to have been bringing you more and more content, but we've been pretty busy getting our 93 rocket and trying to get ready to get to Bathurst this year, being the 30th anniversary. So, once the workload eases up, we'll try and get back to our sort of comparison videos and a bit more content. But for now, it's full steam ahead on this rocket. Hoping to have it ready for a on-track shakedown not too far away. So just a bit of an update in this video, sort of how we're tracking, just to keep everyone up to speed. For those of you that follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you'll know that I've made reference to the gearbox yokes. So we actually got the gearbox when this car came back to our stables back in, I think it was 2015, 2016, that's how long ago it's been. We started straight away, stripping the car down, doing various jobs. And one of the first jobs was drop the gearbox to our friends at Hollinger's, get it serviced, came back, put a cover on it, dust cover on it, and didn't look at it for almost 4 years. And it was a bit of an oversight on my behalf. This is the gearbox yoke that was on that gearbox, and it didn't have a sort of PE spec tail shaft, but it was an honest oversight on my behalf, because this yoke is a fraction too big for the PE spec tail shaft that we remanufactured. We didn't use the original tail shaft that came with the car because it was configured for the Chevy engine, so we had to make the new tail shafts, and then that highlighted the problem when I went to fit the tail shaft in the car. So yeah, a big mistake on my behalf. But thankfully, we called on a lot of favours to get some new Perkins spec gearbox yokes done in rapid time. So there's two people and organisations that I really need to thank for that. One is Robbie O'Brien and his business FlexiCut Engineering. So we provided them with the drawings, they manufactured the part, and then Hollinger's with the help of Nathan, who were able to do the spline work for us. So best thing about Robbie O'Brien and his business, Robbie used to work for Perkins Engineering, so he kind of understands our drawings and knows how we think, and did a great job manufacturing these. So when the gearbox yoke is made, obviously this section needs to be bored out for the tail shaft caps and the uni caps, and we've always put our own stamp identifications on there so that those caps are never mixed up, and they always belong to this yoke and in that particular spot. So Robbie did it the old way, got the old stamp out, stamped them up, blackened it. Beautiful work from FlexiCut, and again, thanks to those guys for literally digging us out of the SH1T, so that's very handy. And then the last piece of hardware that I was actually waiting on is the airbox lid. So this is a really nice piece of carbon fiber, and it's not identical to what was there in 93. It was a really hybrid setup in that thing. It looks like a bit of a mongrel. It was actually wrapped in like 2-part foam for a bit of insulation, and it was cracking and just looked crap. So I've decided this is the only Hollywood piece that's on the car. So that will sit on top of the trumpets, and then in front of that is our air filter tray. Again, in 93, I believe that may have been a folded up piece of aluminium, but since then we've got a proper tool and part. So we're going to start with this, and that's our air filter mounting. So these are the last two bits of hardware that we need to get this rocket on the track. So we're going to fit them up, and let's have a bit of a walk around the car and update you on some of the other jobs that we've been doing. And hopefully, like I've been saying, not too far away from getting some GoPros in this thing, hitting a racetrack and chucking LP back in the driver's seat. So looking forward to that. Let's go and have a look around on the car. All right, let's have a bit of a walk around. So since our last update, we've just been doing lots and lots of little jobs on the car. As you see, that's where that airbox sit over that tray. So I fit that tray around the trumpets. That's a fiberglass PE part, and then that airbox lid sits on top of that section and seals it in. Just working out how it was fastened back in the day, but we'll be doing that almost today, getting that that part fixed to the car. All the front bumper bars now mounted for good. Our radiator ducting has all been fitted, the wire mesh, so all that is ready to go. And you see this actually gets covered in race tape as per the photos. A lot of people think that went straight to the oil cooler, but our radiator ducting and the oil cooler opening goes through there. So that's how the oil cooler and then the radiator was cooled in this rocket in 93. Painted up the tow hook, and conveniently it started scratching as per 93. So we're getting a bit of patina there with that bad boy. And our header tanks and our overflow bottle, which was something I've made up to look very similar to what was there. For those of you that have followed us on Facebook will remember that was a big talking point of trying to find out exactly what that was. So I've sort of put this together, and hopefully that does the job, and it looks right as to the photos that I've got. And then we're busy sort of setting up all the PI system. As you know, we've got to put wheel speed sensors in, extra water temperature sensors. So we had to weld in an additional boss there because there's 3 sensors now for the water temperature. We've got PI system, we've got the analog gauge in the car, and then the ECU needs to know the water temperature to function correctly. Windscreens are in. The last bit of roll cage padding foam I've just mounted to the side here, which was where the drivers typically rested their elbows. So all the roll cage padding's in the car. One of the last jobs we do is sit LP in, put the steering wheel where he wants it, and drill a hole through here to put the steering wheel where that goes. Still got a few PI system sensors to hook up. Our analog gauges are just about all working. I should have the tacho going pretty soon. Couple other little jobs we've been doing. The water bottle now, it's got its period correct Oki straps holding it in. The hoses are all plumbed up over the seatbelt. So that's ready to use. It probably never get used, to be fair. We actually put the power window in here. So I just ran that cable down there. That's the only sort of non-93 part in the car, a bit of fast glass so that we can put that window up and down if it's ever on display outside. Our mesh is now fitted to the diff and gearbox coolers. Those are ready to use. Again, probably never get used. We've got the battery on charge here in the back, but this is all basically finished now in the boot. Our brakes have bled, so our reservoirs have got fluid in them, and all systems go. And our rear end is basically ready to go. Other than our anti-roll bar drop links, which we'll do on the setup patch, all the rear end is ready to go. Trolley jack sitting under there. When we start it up and run it through the gears, you use the trolley jack to lift the diff housing up to ride height so that the tail shaft's running in a normal angle. And as you'll see, the tail shaft's in, and our gearbox yoke is up there mounted to the back of the gearbox. It's a bit tricky to see, but we've already done that job. And our exhaust system is now final fitted, ready to go. And back in the cabin, there's our PI loom stuff still there to just nut out. Our oil lines have been fixed in. Fire extinguisher there on the floor. The one part that we don't have is actually the original Motorola radio, which I believe is in the 97 car, and that mounted here. So we'll still try and track one of those down one day, but they're probably rarer than hen's teeth. So that's it. That's an update on the car, and looking forward to getting this one on the ground. All right, that's it. That's an update on where we're at with PE017 93 Bathurst Winning Car. It's exciting, 30-year anniversary. This project has been an enormous part of my life for the last few years, so it's coming to a conclusion, which is great. Looking forward to finishing it off, getting it on track. Thanks everyone for the support. There's a couple of Perkins Engineering hoodies left, I think size large and 2XL. T-shirts just about sold out. I think there's only 2XLs left. So if you wear 2XL t-shirts, jump on, they're only 25 bucks each. I think there might be some Perkins agricultural hats left as well, so jump on there, perkinsengineering.com.au. So thanks for the support. Like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Keep in touch with us on Facebook, Instagram. Any questions, shoot them through, and looking forward to bringing you more and more content. Cheers.